Yes, sir. We can hear you. Can you hear us?
Okay, I got you now.
Okay, we'll go with an opening statement, then we'll go to questions, Coach.
Well, I was disappointed not to get the win today. I thought Tulane played really well. Thought, very good football team. They're exactly the kind of team I expected from Coach Fritz, and just told him, he's done a great job, especially with those fronts. I thought they did a really good job up front, both sides of the football. And just, it was one of those games where it's just, it's going to be so tight and it's going to be so competitive. And, I thought, not getting the fourth down there when I went forward at midfield in the first half, obviously gave them good field position. They capitalized on that. And I thought the missed field goal there that gave them really good field position there in the second quarter, able to capitalize on that. I really just thought they got the momentum there going into the half. Struggled coming out of the locker room in the third quarter to get the momentum back. Did think that our kids really, started fighting there into the third, beginning of the fourth, got us back into the ball game. Got it there to where it's a 2-score game, and just, there were plays there. We had our chances. We just, we had a turnover, didn't get it on fourth down. Get the onside kick, get stripped. I mean, it's just, you got to take advantage of those opportunities because you're not going to get many against a solid ball team like that. So, hats off to them. I thought they played very, very well. It's another growing experience for our guys. I thought that we did really battle and just didn't work out for us today.
Mike, you score with 10 minutes left to go in the ball game. You set up for what looked like was going to be an onside kick, and then you guys decided not to do that. Talk about the thought process on that and kind of what happened, what you saw that kind of got you out of that.
Well, we were just trying to get them to burn a timeout for a late game situation right there. So I thought, 10 plus minutes left, down 2 scores, the thought right there is to kick away and try to play defense, get the ball back. And so it's just, that's all it was.
The offense and defensive lines for y'all had been obviously making some progress. Now it's kind of a positive sign. Today, was that frustrating for Tulane to kind of have the edge up front, as you said, and that kind of dictated a lot of the game? Well,
I mean, I think that shows you where you win. I firmly believe the same way Coach Fritz does. That's where you win. And as an older, experienced offensive line, they had a couple of guys back in the lineup that have been out. And so, 79 was back in the lineup today. 64 went back, flipped to the other side. Had another older player back in there today. So I thought they did they did a great game plan for us offensively, and I thought they did a really good job there on the line of scrimmage. And defensively, I thought their 2-5 techniques really gave us some troubles all day in pass protection. And I thought they did a really good job of taking away our run game.
Coach, it seems like you're a little bit more pleased with your team's effort than the scoreboard showed after 3 quarters. Is that correct to assume?
Well, I mean, I don't think our kids went out there and didn't try. That's the thing. I mean, I'm not pleased at all. I mean, it's tough. I mean, you've had back-to-back games where you've lost close games. Today, against a really good team, we put ourselves in a situation where we got behind. I'm encouraged with the fight that we have in our team. But obviously I'm not pleased with a loss ever. And, it's one of those things where you look them in the eye down there and you tell them you care about them. I appreciate the way we fought there in the second half. We've got to do a great job as coaches of looking at this film and seeing where we can do things better, because I think we can do some things better than what we did today from a coaching staff wise. And I think that our players, we've got to look at that film and we've got to, say, hey, where can I do something better? Where can I, why didn't I get the call right here in this situation to give up a big play? Why did I have this drop right here? Was it something where I'm not doing a good job with coming back to the ball and attacking it? Why am I getting beaten this pass protection right here? Am I not taking a good first step? I mean, I think this is a film where it's not lack of effort. And it's not lack of they're not competing. It's, we've made mistakes and we've got to get those corrected.
You talked after the Tulsa game, obviously, about that not becoming a second loss, mentally. Do you think that happened at all or no?
I don't know. I told the players, I thought we had a really, really good Monday. I thought if we were fine Sunday, had a great Monday. I did not think we were as sharp on Wednesday and Thursday as we have been the past several weeks, and I can't tell you a reason for that. And the coaches, we talked about it at the time, tried to push the kids through it. Thought we were great yesterday in walkthrough. We were really sharp this morning in walkthrough. It felt like we were going to play well today, but and that may be me overthinking things as to why we had some mistakes today. But this is in this league. You're going to see a quality opponent every single time out. I don't know what's happening across the league today, but I bet you there's somebody saying, crap, how's that team playing with that team? Or how did this bunch beat that bunch? I mean, it happens every single week in this league because there are no weak teams. And so you got to bring your A game each week.
Coach, the run game was not productive today. It had been moving forward
Right.
pretty good. Was that credit to Tulane, do you think? Or
Well, I think we've got to look at the film. Obviously, they did a great job and had a solid plan to take it away from us. We got to see why that happened. I know that, several times today we'd have one guy getting beat, for one reason or another. So we've got to look at why that happened. Did that happen because of technique? Did that happen because we're tipping something formationally or alignment-wise? We got to figure out just why that happened, that we were able to nullify us to the extent that they did today.
Coach, going off that, in the first half, there were two, drives in a row where you guys had third and short, I think second and short, third and short, and then third and short, fourth and short. How frustrating was that sequence not picking up that 1 yard?
Yeah, I mean, that's, especially the one where we have third and short, fourth and short, and I go for it on fourth down. We don't get either one of them. And I think you look in the games that we've played really well, we've gotten those. And certainly now, we went for it on fourth one time on the first drive and we got it. So, but, you've got to be able to convert those short yardage deals. We've been doing that really well the past several weeks. We did not do that well today. We've got to really take a hard look at why we didn't.
You get behind the sticks a little bit from time to time, 3 for 15 on third down, only 35 yards rushing from a team that's been rather effective running the football of late. What was the issue? What were you kind of seeing on the sidelines there that was making things difficult to be more than one-dimensional?
Well, that's what I was just talking about when I answered, Al's question. We got to take a look at the film and just see what it is. It's you kind of see things on the field right there, and like I said, we had several instances where we have one guy getting beat on several plays. We got to see why that was happening. So this film's going to be very important tomorrow.
Coach, on a positive note, it seems like every week there's another receiver that steps up. This week it was Blake Prohl, huge game today, 2 big touchdowns, a 75-yard touchdown. Was there anything this week that led you to believe that this was going to be the case for him, or is he always just a hard worker?
No, I mean, I think that it's a case where the thing you want is you want all of them stepping up each week. I thought that they made a concerted effort to try to take Tyler Snead away today, and he did not have a great day. And sometimes when you take one thing away, you're giving them something else. And so obviously Blake stepped up and had a great day. I would like to see for, all of our guys to be hitting on all cylinders each week. That would be ideal. That way, you can really get rolling. But, obviously happy for Blake and the kind of day he had today, but, he's probably not feeling real good right now because he certainly is as much of a team guy as any kid we have.
Rajee Harris's streak he's had recently has featured some big games, some long runs. For whatever reason, that not happening today, how much that maybe not loosen things up, not hitting those big plays to some extent?
I think it's critical. It's if you come into that game and in the first half, if you're able to run the football effectively, the score is not 21-7 at the half. And that's, we had to be able to run the ball in order to win this football game, and we weren't able to. And so it's one of those things. We don't want to be one-dimensional either way. We want to be able to throw it effectively and run it effectively. And we did some good things in the passing game. We put up some big numbers, but you're just not going to win consistently if you can't run the football. And we've been very good at it, all throughout the year. But obviously, it's still something that we've got to continue to develop.
You got time for one more question for Coach.
Coach, even dating back to last year, it seems like when y'all kind of put a string of 2 or 3 games together, then maybe a game gets away from you guys. Can you just talk about that process and maybe what it'll take to get over that hump?
Well, I think part of it's learning how to I want to make sure I say this correctly. Learning how to play with praise is very important. And people say it all these different ways, but the really good teams I've had, they could drown out all the noise around them so very well. And when I say the noise is you guys. The noise is their parents, their girlfriends, all the other students, their buddies, everybody telling them, how, all of us are like that. My wife thinks I'm the best football coach that there is. And she tells me I can't listen to her when it comes to that stuff. And you get told all week how you got robbed last week of a ball game, how you're playing so good, and you guys are you're getting ready to turn the corner, and you don't prepare the way maybe you should, and don't quite have that edge against a really good football team. It's a lesson we've got to continue to learn, and I've preached it since I got here, and we saw it so many times last year. We didn't see it last week after a great performance against Navy, but you saw a little bit of it today. And it's learning how to play with praise. It's learning how to be a winner, because the championship teams I've had that have strung together, these enormously long winning streaks, they were so able to compartmentalize things week to week of, this game this week is the biggest game of the year because it's the next one. And you have to respect your opponent. The one time you don't respect the group lineup on the other side of the field from you, you get your tail beat. And certainly I think our kids respected our opponent today, but I think, maybe just we didn't quite have that same edge that we've had the last couple of weeks today. I don't know. That's just the best way I can characterize it.
Coach Houston, thank you for your time, and we'll talk to you on Monday, okay?
Thanks a lot.
All right. Hey, Warren.
What's going on?
Nothing much, buddy. All right, what we're going to do, Warren, is we're going to go right into questions for you, okay?
Oh, that's cool.
All right.
Warren, they seem to spread you guys out pretty well today in the secondary and attempt to try to get you in a bit of a track meet early on. Talk about what you were seeing out there in the secondary.
Really wasn't seeing anything that we haven't seen before. They do that. Football's a game of running and hitting. So run to the ball, hit when we get to the ball, and execute our job.
Warren, they had a couple long touchdown runs too. That was something y'all did so well against Navy and last week. I don't know how deflating is that or tough is that on defense when you give up a big play and it kind of changes the game a little bit.
I mean, to me, it really don't hurt me. I mean, the confidence is there. I mean, we just got to make plays. Things like that might happen, can happen. We just got to do what we got to do to eliminate those.
Warren, what does it mean for you to get to go home and play in Ohio next week?
So, I mean, it's going to be cool. I want to win.
Kind of going off of that, I know Cincinnati has a defensive lineman, James Hudson, who played for Toledo Central Catholic, a good playoff rival for you. Do you have any memories from that double overtime game?
Yeah, I mean, me and my teammates still talk about that game to this day. I actually talked to James last night, actually. So I keep a connection with the guys from back at home. A lot of guys on the team there. I'm trying to pull this out. But the big thing is I want to get the next win for ECU.
Warren, you guys, even dating back to last year, it seems like y'all play 2 or 3 games well in a row, and then maybe it kind of comes down a little bit. What does it take to sustain that level of play?
So practice hard, execute well at practice, preparation. That's what it all comes down to, honestly. Nothing more than that.
Do you feel like y'all took a step back in that phase this week, or can you put your finger on it?
Maybe, losing key guys and, trying to scramble to find what to do with that. But, I mean, you just got to practice better.
Kind of going on that, was it tough to bounce back from the Tulsa game, the way that ended? Did y'all get over that quick, or do you think that lingered at all into this week?
I say, well, we played on Friday, right? Yeah, Friday. I mean, Saturday, maybe Sunday, it's still on our minds. You got, the ESPN stuff coming up on Twitter. But by Monday, it was out of people's head. We had a great practice on Monday. People really forgot about that game. It might come up when somebody brings it up, but it was out of the building.
Warren, Tulane was trying to throw the ball around a bunch early, and they threw it around the whole game, it seemed like. What was the thing that gave you guys the most difficulty in trying to, shut that thing down a little bit?
Communication, execution, big things. We have to execute. We have to communicate. We do those things. You see how well we can play on the defensive side of the ball. So just got to get back to those things.
Are there any other questions for Warren this afternoon? Okay, Warren, thank you for your time, buddy.
Y'all have a good Saturday.
Okay, you too, buddy.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Holton. All right, we're just going to go right into questions for Holton this afternoon.
Holton, Coach Houston talked about obviously the signs of progress the last few weeks in the Tulsa game specifically. And do you think some of that lingered into this week at all? Just maybe not handling that well, or especially that the Tulsa ending, did that linger into this week with practice or anything you think at all?
I don't think so. I mean, it was kind of a weird week. We practiced on Mondays. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and make excuses, but yeah, I mean, we had Tuesday off, and some people said, that was kind of weird. But I mean, when you're building a program, you're gonna have good days, you're gonna have bad days, you're gonna have signs of progress and all that. But I mean, I think we all, want to be at the point where, the bad days are done with. You just got to keep working, and that's what we're gonna do.
This day seemed to set up to be a good day for you guys, and all indications were you're going to get it rolling pretty good. All of a sudden, it was tough to score points. What were they showing you defensively that made things difficult, if anything?
Yeah, I mean, they came up in exactly what we thought. They even didn't show some of the blitzes that were pretty complex that we worked on during the week. But I mean, they got some dudes up front. Those two ends are as good as anyone in the league, and we knew that going in. We knew that we'd have to get the ball out quick or get some help there. But I mean, I thought, overall, I mean, we just got to move the ball better in the first half. We had a good fourth quarter, and we just got to build with that. But I mean, we got to have better first half. I mean, we had, I think at halftime we were 1 for 6 on third downs, and we preached third downs. I mean, we practiced third downs probably more than anyone in the country. And then we missed a fourth down too. So I mean, just third and fourth down, you got to win there. I mean, they were winning theirs and we weren't winning ours, and that's kind of what it came down to.
Holton, the run game struggled today, and then you were in a situation late in the game where it was more or less you had to pass, and they were able to bring pretty good pressure. Just talk about that if you would.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, they got some dudes up front that will be playing on Sundays. Those two ends are as good as anyone, like I said. And, they did a good job. They had a good scheme. And, they crashed ends and scraped the backer so I couldn't pull it because the pull read was there. But then the backer would come around, so technically it wouldn't be there, and I'd give the ball. And, I mean, they did a good job of scheming us. They mixed it up a good enough a bit, that first half to get us off our game.
Were they doing anything special as far as containing Raji today, do you think?
No. I mean, I think that they did exactly what we saw on film. And that's exactly what we practiced all week. Like I said, some of those third downs, they had some pretty complex blitzes coming into it, and they really didn't show those that much. I think they showed it one time, and they ended up dropping them instead of blitzing. So, I mean, they schemed good. I mean, they came prepared. They're veteran defense. I think they had 8 returners from last 2 years. So, I mean, hats off to them. But at the end, we just got to be better.
Raji had hit some big plays, some big runs the last few weeks, obviously. It seemed like that tied to your maybe comfort level and success as well. They stuffed him today pretty good. How much does that maybe tighten things up for you and not, loosen the defense as well?
Yeah, I mean, I think anytime you're balanced, it helps out. Our offense is based off of balance. And, we got a lot of RPOs that are based off of the run, and we got a lot of play action that is kind of based off the run. But, I mean, just like the other way around, too. I mean, we didn't throw the ball as good as we could have today. I mean, we didn't complete some balls that we should have completed. I made some bad throws, some bad reads, and we just got to connect on those. I mean, even if we didn't pass the ball good, then the run game is not going to be as good. That's just football. But we just got to continue to get better.
I mean, we're better than what we showed today, and I think everyone knows that.
So what was the talk like in the locker room after the game was over? I know you guys probably took a bit of an analytical point of view on this thing a little bit because you scored your share of points, had a chance to score a heck of a lot more. Where does this team stand right now?
We're good. I mean, we know that we're so close. I mean, we're as close as we've been since any of us have been here. We had a good game last year versus Cincinnati, and we're going to go up there and try to pull off the upset against a great team there. But, I mean, we know we're as close as we've been since we've been here. We all came here to change this program, and we know we're a game away. We're a play away, you say. And, I mean, just we're as close as we've ever been since we've been here. And I think that's what motivates us every single day is we feel it changing, we see it changing, and we just got to keep pressing.
Coach Ahlers, Holton, you had a short week going to Tulsa, maybe putting you a little ahead in your career there, but this was an adjusted week with Tuesday off, and then you have a short week this week, and you guys should be kind of used to being prepared in these situations maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you can't sit here and, say, the week change and all that. I mean, college football is all about adapting and overcoming that. And that's just something that we're going to have to do. I mean, a Friday game this week, we had a Friday game last week. So, I mean, we should be used to it. College football and even life in general, you just got to be able to react and overcome whatever comes your way.
Well, how tough is it? I mean, you kind of mentioned it earlier, the up and down nature of things thus far this season, but you mentioned kind of the progress you guys have made, but maybe the wins aren't there. Does that kind of mount week after week when you don't get those wins, or you just kind of put it behind you?
Yeah, I mean, losing sucks. None of us came here to lose, but we came here to change the program. We knew coming in that there's going to be some tough days, but I mean, the brighter days are ahead, and we truly believe that, and that's what we're going to continue to fight for is those days. And I mean, our first chance, after this game is Cincinnati, and that's what we got to, kind of once we get through this film, that's what we got to push to. We believe in this. We believe in this town. We believe in this program and these coaches and these players. I mean, we believe in each other, and we believe that the program's changing, so we just got to keep pushing.
Holden, can you talk a little bit about your connection with Blake Prohl in this game? He had a big day today.
Yeah, Blake's as good as a receiver as anyone in this conference. I mean, I think we honestly have the best receivers in this conference. I'll say that in front of anyone. I truly believe that. I've seen the way that they work every single day, and I mean, me and Blake have thrown countless balls over the off season. After practice, we throw every single day. I mean, he's just a worker. It's going to keep coming to him. I mean, he's the type of kid that won't be told no. I mean, he's just going to keep working, and that showed today. I mean, he's as talented as anyone, and I trust him more than anyone.
Okay, one final question for Holton. Okay, Holton, thank you for your time.
Yep, see y'all.
Okay, take care, buddy.